Beautiful day out, isn't it, guys? All right, let's go feed the pigs. It's currently about 8 degrees Fahrenheit out here. It's freezing cold, but you'll see the pigs are not even shivering. They're made for this kind of weather because they have that thick, curly hair and a very thick layer of fat on them. So let's go see how they're doing this morning. We do feed these pigs on pasture. Obviously it is frozen out there right now, so we have to supplement more than usual with grain. We use non-GMO grains that we get from local farmers, and then we mix them up ourselves and add mineral premix, make sure the pigs stay healthy and get all the minerals and trace minerals that they need. So one of the nice things we like to do to help everybody, it's a win-win situation, is to buy all of our grain from local farmers. You can see in these bins over here, I have different types of grains. Yesterday, we just went and picked up all of these. These are 18-gallon tubs, all full of barley from a local farmer. And, you know, buying from local farmers, at least one good thing is you know where the grain came from. We know that all this stuff over here is non-GMO. We get it from the Amish people who have really great setup, and it's much less expensive for us. We do have to drive a little further to get it, but we know that it's non-GMO, we know it's good stuff, and we get it at a very reasonable price, so we can make our custom feed blends that are tailored to our pasture-raised pigs and getting them the proper proportions of protein, carbs, and other macro and micronutrients. So yeah, this is really, and it supports local people. So we keep our money in our community, giving them better feed than the standard stuff you buy from big box stores, which is primarily corn and soy, GMO corn and soy. Not that the GMO makes a big difference, but with the non-GMO stuff, you know at least that it hasn't been sprayed because they cannot tolerate the sprays. So that's why we like to use it, because it's pesticide free. So it's really a win-win situation for everybody if you buy directly from farmers instead of going through one or two middlemen to get your livestock feed. Another thing we do is we've made a connection with a local brewery. You can see all these blue bins down here. They are full of spent grain from a local beer brewery, which really is a great food source for these pigs and for any type of pig, honestly. Also a very good food source for chickens, because the spent grain is, grains we would be feeding them anyways, but many of the carbohydrates have been extracted out of them for purposes of making alcohol. So it leaves the grain as being higher in protein proportions. So it's a higher protein source, lower on carbs. So we take that into account and we blend it in with our other grains when we have it available to supplement some of the other grains and keep our protein numbers high. It's very, very windy out there, as you can see. So yeah, another great hack on getting a free food source to help supplement our general supplemental feeding of the pigs in the summertime. And even just recently it thawed up, so they were out there rooting around, eating clover and green plants that are still green underneath the snow somehow, and supplementing their diet significantly with pasture. But right now it is so cold and so frozen they can't even get into the dirt, so we have to supplement their feed quite a bit more. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out, isn't it, guys? You like that? Another thing I didn't mention about the spent grain, you can see these chunks here. It's spent grain. It's moist when we get it, so it has some water content to it, so it freezes. I have to chop it up this time of year, but it has been fermenting, so it's good for their gut microbiome to have these fermented foods. When it's above freezing, we ferment their supplemental grain feed anyways, which makes it more bioavailable and is good for their gut health and general health. So even at this time of year, they can get a little bit of fermented feed. It's just frozen in chunks at the moment. Help keep their gut health strong. They love it, as you can see. This is Eugene, our best boy. Be nice, guys. There's enough for everybody. You can see out here what I was talking about just about a week ago. It warmed up a lot. They were rooting around these big, we have big craters out here now. Big pigs are out here. Looks like the surface of the moon. They were digging deep and getting all sorts of good stuff out of there. But it's far too cold for that now. So they're back to relying on the hay we give them and supplemental grain feed. Speaking of which, looks like these guys are about out of hay, so I better go get them some more. Just a little bit left here. Get this alfalfa grass and mix of hay. They eat it up pretty well.